All right, so let's go ahead and learn some common phrases in Tagalog. If you want to say hello, how are you in Tagalog, it's kumusta ka? Kumusta ka? So it's spelled K-U-M, kumusta ka. But sometimes you might hear some people say kamusta ka, like it's a K-A sound. Kamusta ka? So if you want to say hello, how are you, it is just one phrase, kamusta ka? All right, now here are some responses. If you're doing well, you can say mabuti naman. Mabuti naman. That means I'm doing good. I'm doing great. I'm doing well. Mabuti means good. Naman is an emphasis word. So I'm doing good. Mabuti naman. If you're just doing okay, you can say ayos lang. Ayos lang. Ayos means okay. Lang means only. So I'm only doing okay. Ayos lang. And if you're not doing good, you can say hindi mabuti. Hindi means not. Mabuti means good. So not good. I'm not doing well. Hindi mabuti. Okay, say these phrases with me one more time. Kamusta ka? Hello, how are you? Kamusta ka? Kamusta ka? Mabuti naman. I'm doing well. Mabuti naman. Mabuti naman. Ayos lang. I'm doing okay. Ayos lang. Ayos lang. Hindi mabuti. I'm not doing well. Hindi mabuti. Hindi mabuti. Next, if you want to ask someone's name, you could say, ano ang pangalan mo? Ano means what? Ang means is. Pangalan is name. Mo is referring to you. Ano ang pangalan mo? To reply, you could just say, ako si blank. I am blank. For example, I would say, ako si Pat. Ako si Pat. I will say, the long and formal answer could be, ang pangalan ko ay Pat. That literally means, my name is Pat. Pat is my name. However, this isn't conversational Tagalog. A lot of people would just say, ako si blank. Ako si Pat. All right, let's try saying these phrases one more time. Repeat after me. Ano ang pangalan mo? What is your name? Ano ang pangalan mo? Ano ang pangalan mo? Ako si blank. I am blank. Ako si Pat. Ako si blank. All right, if you want to ask someone where they're from, you would say, taga saan ka? Taga means from. Saan means where. Ka is referring to you. Taga saan ka? Where are you from? Taga saan ka? To reply, you would say, taga blank ako. I am from blank. Taga means from. Ako means I am. Taga Manila ako. I am from Manila. Taga blank ako. All right, say these phrases with me one more time. Taga saan ka? Taga saan ka? Taga saan ka? Taga Manila ako. Taga blank ako. Taga blank ako. Next, if you want to ask about someone's age, you would say, ilang taon ka na? Ilang taon ka na? Ilan means how many. Taon means year. Ka is referring to you. Na means already. Ilang taon ka na? Ilang taon ka na? To reply, you would just say, blank ako. I am blank. 30 ako. I am 30. blank ako. Usually, when someone is saying their age, they use Spanish numbers. So an 18-year-old might say, 18 ako. I am 18. But you could also say it in Tagalog or in English. 30 ako. Let's say these phrases one more time. Ilang taon ka na? Ilang taon ka na? Ilang taon ka na? Blank ako. 30 ako. Blank ako. The long form of your answer could be, ako ay 30 taong gulang. That literally means, I am 30 years old. Again, this is not so much conversational Tagalog. It's more common for someone to just say, 30 ako. Next, you can ask someone, ano ang trabaho mo? What is your job? Ano means what, ang means is, trabaho means job, mo is referring to you. Ano ang trabaho mo? Ano ang trabaho mo? Your response would be, blank ako. So very similar to the last response. I am blank. I am a blank. For example, I could say, nurse ako, teacher ako. And here's just some vocabulary on some professions. Guro, teacher. Nurse, nurse. Doktor, doctor. Abogado, lawyer. So you could say, guro ako, nurse ako. All right, say these phrases with me one more time. Ano ang trabaho mo? Ano ang trabaho mo? Ano ang trabaho mo? Blank ako. Nurse ako. Guro ako. The long form answer would be, ako ay isang nurse. Literally, I am a nurse. Ako ay isang nurse. Again, this is not conversational Tagalog. More people would just say, blank ako, nurse ako. Next, someone might ask you, may asawa ka na ba? Are you married? May asawa ka na ba? May means to have. Asawa is a spouse. Ka is referring to you. Na means already. Ba is a question word. May asawa ka na ba? May asawa ka na ba? Your response would be, oo, yes, wala, or hindi, no, wala pa, not yet. So repeat after me, may asawa ka na ba? May asawa ka na ba? And you say your answer, oo, yes, wala, no, wala pa, not yet. Next is a very similar question. May anak ka na ba? May means to have. Anak means child. Ka is referring to you. Na means already. And ba is a question word. May anak ka na ba? Do you have any kids? May anak ka na ba? May anak ka na ba? Your response would be the same as the last question. Oo, yes. Wala or hindi, no. Wala pa, not yet. So the difference between wala and hindi. Wala technically means none or nothing. Hindi means no. And since the question has the word may, which means do you have, it's almost like a quantity, then you could answer with wala, none. I have none yet. I don't have any kids yet. So wala, none. Sometimes you might also hear someone say hindi, no. Most commonly you would hear someone say wala, none. If you do want to answer and say that you do have kids, you can add the number of kids in your response. Oo, may dalawang anak na ako. Let's review some Tagalog numbers. Isa, 1. Dalawa, 2. Tatlo, 3. Apat, 4. Lima, 5. Now, if you listen again to the response, it's, Oo, may dalawang anak na ako. When the number ends with a vowel, like dalawa, ends with the letter A, you have to add an NG at the end when you respond. So, oo, may dalawang anak na ako. So instead of saying may dalawa anak na ako, you have to add an NG to the end of the word dalawa so that it connects to the word anak. It's almost like you're saying two of child. You have two children. And you add this NG to the end of any number when it ends with a vowel. So, isa, dalawa, tatlo, lima, 5. But for the word apat, 4, it ends with a consonant. You would have to add the word na before the word anak. So, oo, may apat na anak na ako. So anytime the number ends with a consonant, you add the word na. All right. Say that again with me. May anak ka na ba? May anak ka na ba? Do you have any kids? May anak ka na ba? And your response, oo, yes, wala or hindi, no, wala pa, not yet. And to talk about how many kids you do have, you could say, oo, may dalawang anak na ako, and just fill in the number in the phrase. Lastly, to get to know someone, you can ask them, ano ang hilig mo? What are your hobbies? Ano means what, ang means are or is, hilig means your likings or things that you like. Mo is referring to you. Ano ang hilig mo? What do you like to do? What are your hobbies? Your response would be, mahilig ako blank. I like to blank. And here are some examples of some hobbies. Mahilig ako magluto, to cook, magluto, magbasa, to read, magbasa, manood ng TV, watch TV, manood ng TV, sumayaw, dance, sumayaw, mag-exercise, to exercise, mag-exercise. Now, this is a great Taglish tip. When you don't know a verb in Tagalog, you can use the mag pattern. So mag-exercise is just the way to say exercise. That's commonly how people would say it. If you wanted to say that you like to swim, but you don't know how to say swim in Tagalog, you could say, mahilig ako mag-swim. I like to swim. Later on, go back and look up what to swim is in Tagalog. Then you can say, mahilig ako lumangoy, lumangoy. So I am a big supporter of using Taglish, especially while you are learning Tagalog. The main focus here is to learn the patterns and formation of phrases. And over time, you will learn more Tagalog vocabulary so that you can fill it into these phrases. But in the meantime, feel free to put English words wherever you need to. All right, now it's time to practice what we learned today. Translate these phrases in Tagalog. Okay, so the first phrase that we're going to translate to Tagalog is, what is your name? What is your name? How do you say that in Tagalog? Ano ang pangalan mo? Ano ang pangalan mo? What is your name? Ano ang pangalan mo? Now, how would you reply in Tagalog? Ako si blank. Ako si Pat. Ako si blank. All right, next question. How do you say, what is your job in Tagalog? Ano ang trabaho mo? Ano ang trabaho mo? What is your job? Ano ang trabaho mo? Now, how would you reply in Tagalog? Blank ako. I am blank. Nurse ako. teacher ako. Next, how would you say, hello, how are you in Tagalog? Kamusta ka? Kamusta ka? Kamusta ka? Now, how would you reply in Tagalog? Remember, there are 3 different responses that you could say. If you're doing well, you could say, mabuti naman. Mabuti naman. If you're doing okay, you could say, ayos lang. Ayos lang. And if you're not doing so good, you can say, hindi mabuti. Hindi mabuti. Alright, now how do you say, are you married? In Tagalog, may asawa ka na ba? May asawa ka na ba? Are you married? May asawa ka na ba? Now, how would you reply in Tagalog? Remember, there are 3 different types of responses you can give to this question. May asawa ka na ba? You can say, oo, yes, oo, or wala, hindi, no, wala, hindi, or wala pa, not yet, wala pa. How do you say, where are you from in Tagalog? Taga saan ka? Taga saan ka? Where are you from? Taga saan ka? Now, how would you reply in Tagalog? Taga blank ako. Taga Manila ako. I'm from Manila. Taga blank ako. Alright, how would you ask, how old are you in Tagalog? Ilang taon ka na? Ilang taon ka na? Ilang taon ka na? Now, how would you reply in Tagalog? You can say, blank ako. For example, I would say, 30 ako. So, blank ako. Alright, next question. How would you ask, do you have any kids? May anak ka na ba? May anak ka na ba? Do you have any kids? May anak ka na ba? And how would you reply in Tagalog? You can say, oo, yes. Wala or hindi, no. Wala pa, not yet. And if you wanted to be specific and say how many kids you do have, it would be, may blank anak na ako. May dalawang anak na ako. I have 2 kids. Or may apat na anak na ako. I have 4 kids. So that would be the sentence structure if you wanted to say how many kids you do have. Lastly, how would you ask someone, what are your hobbies? Ano ang hilig mo? Ano ang hilig mo? What are your hobbies? Ano ang hilig mo? And how would you reply in Tagalog? Mahilig ako. I like to. Mahilig ako magluto, to cook. Magluto. Magbasa, to read. Magbasa. Manood ng TV, to watch TV. Manood ng TV. Sumayaw, to dance. Sumayaw. Mag-exercise, to exercise. Mag-exercise. And remember, you can always use a Taglish tip. If you don't know a verb in Tagalog, just say it as a mag verb. Mahilig ako mag-swimming. Mahilig ako mag-shopping. And later on, go back and try to figure out what these words are in Tagalog. So to swim is lumangoy. Mahilig ako lumangoy.